Phife was someone that most people will go their whole life trying to ascend to. He was a beautiful spirit.
Legendary Hall of Fame MC, sports fanatic, family man, friend.
If I had to say who Phife was, I'd say he's like the God MC.
Humble, you know? Like, you never would have known in a million years that he was this, like, literally international superstar rapper. Like, if you met him, he was just Phife.
Hip-hop's man cave ambassador. You know, he was sports, he was talking about girls, he was clothes, he was sneakers. He was that guy that you were like, yeah, I could see myself having a beer with Phife.
Everything about him was hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't hip-hop, it was sports-oriented, and he embodied all of that in his rhymes.
Like, people can, like, quote his rhymes, like, verbatim.
He didn't never step out of character. You know, he was always himself.
Like, everything he rapped about, like, it wasn't made up. It was like it was really all parts of his life, you know?
He's short and he's rhyming about the fact that he's a funky diabetic. Like, who was doing that before him? Like, he put his whole life out there and he was really nonchalant about it, you know, and that made him so relatable.
Phife literally cut himself a lane, and it was his. And he wanted to project something that was more than just music.
Phife, in the history of hip-hop, you definitely got to put him up there with the best. You know, Tribe Called Quest in general.
One of the greatest groups of all time, one of the most influential groups of all time. Not just in the hip-hop community, but just, it's really no genre that they haven't surpassed.
The influence he had on Tribe and Tribe's overall influence on current rappers is undeniable.
You know, he'd make you chuckle, he'd make you think, you know what I'm saying? He'd make you do the things that an MC is supposed to do.
Any MC that raps from a vantage point of their own experience has a debt to owe to Phife.
I think every MC has some Phife in them, and that's just what they're supposed to have in them.
One of the things that I loved about him the most, like, he was the same person, like, across the board. You know, he was transparent about how he felt about things, and, like, you know, he was honest.
I just loved his confidence, you know, and that was a game changer and a life changer for me. And, you know, I always kept that, you know, to this day.
Phife Dawg, you know, was very, very, very comfortable with himself. So when I look at him, it's just like, yo, like, I'm okay with being me, you know, and being the best at being me.
He never hid who he was, and he made the world accept him on his terms. So I think that's dope.